Okay, now we're recording. So I want to thank everybody for attending today. This is probably one of our coolest webinars we've done all year. We've had some experiences that we want to share with you, and we want to make sure that everybody knows the power that Facebook has right now. So having said that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Valerie VanBooven. I'm a registered nurse and the co-owner of LTC Expert Publications. My business partner is George Novison. Many of you have probably talked to him in the past, or you may be talking to him once you hear this webinar. So just remember that George is my business partner, and he is the person that you talk to when you have questions about, what we do and how we do it and all that. So today we're going to talk about, can a home care agency generate leads from Facebook? By the end of the webinar, I think you'll be able to decide what the answer to that is. So a little bit about us, just so you know why we do these webinars. We do them every month. We do them for free, and our focus is always primarily the home care industry, both medical and non-medical. However, we do have assisted living facilities and senior living communities and durable medical equipment providers and senior home modification specialists and folks like that. So pretty much anybody in the senior market. We have a lot of folks who are in the assisted living placement, geriatric care managers, and folks like that. But primarily our focus has always been the home care market. So we do a lot of content for our clients. In fact, we have 900 original unique articles written every single month for our clients across the country. We do SEO, search engine optimization, for websites. We actually build websites, and we do a really good job of that. So a lot of our clients actually have us build a website. Some people don't need that service. And then we do social media, which is going to be the basis of our conversation today. We also do video, and we do a really good job at some pretty fun video for home care. So we're going to talk about all of that. Our website, our main website is ltcsocialmark.com. And if you'd like to get a bunch of cool free stuff and resources, we have a website at ltcmarketingu.com. Every Wednesday we do a live Facebook interactive sort of 20-30 minutes of me and some slides and things like that. So if you go to ltcmarketingu.com, you can actually see where our Facebook page is and where our show is and all that. So we invite you to do that. It's all free. You can go there anytime. All right, so that's our little commercial. So I want to talk a little bit about marketing for home care and what we observe and what we see and what we know to be true. And the bottom line for marketing is that probably in-person networking, direct referral marketing, and online marketing should have a 60-40 split. If I were owning a home care agency right now, 60% of my time, effort, and energy would be focused on direct referral marketing. That means having people refer business to me, shaking people's hands, looking them in the eye, going to the chamber meetings, going to the hospitals, going to the skilled nursing facilities, the in-person stuff that is something that a lot of us as owners and marketers have to do on our own. Sometimes we can hire folks to help us with that, but that is the in-person marketing. The 40% down there is the online marketing portion, and I think this is where sometimes folks get a little behind because this is the newer portion of marketing, but I would devote my time, energy, and money, 40% of it, to online marketing. Right now, if you do not do online marketing, you're probably looking at 90% of your leads coming from your in-person networking and your direct referral marketing, and maybe only 10% of your leads, or even less, coming from online marketing. If you just throw a website up there, or throw a Facebook page up there, or throw a LinkedIn account up there, nothing's going to happen. Online marketing means that you have to be paying attention, you have to actually engage, you have to participate, and if you don't know how or you don't have time, that's where services like ours can come in. So right now, if you're not doing anything with your online marketing, you probably are only getting maybe 10% of your leads from the online portion of your marketing. This is the way it should be. Your in-person Networking and direct referral marketing should be bringing in half the leads, and your online marketing should be bringing in the other half of your leads. And if you got the ratio to 50-50, then you would actually be making more money than you are at the 90-10. So we want 50-50. We want our online marketing to bring in 50% of our inquiries and leads and referrals. And we want our in-person networking and direct referral marketing to bring in the other 50%. That increases your bottom line. So the first thing we're going to talk about, even though this webinar is mainly about Facebook, we're going to talk about Google first, because it's important to know where Google is right now with all of the online stuff, so that you know and understand why we're going to talk about Facebook today. This is a screenshot that you can see here of a Google search. And this is a Google search of the keyword phrase, home care, St. Louis, Missouri. And when I do that keyword search, what you can see is that my top green arrow up here is pointing to 2 listings or 2 results. Those are paid advertisements. If you're not familiar with paid advertising on Google, these are 2 paid advertisements. My middle arrow is pointing to the 3 folks or 3 organizations that are near me that are on the maps for Google. And my very last green arrow down at the bottom, that's where the organic search starts. So even if you are on the first page of Google for the very first organic or natural result, you are still halfway down the page. And I'm going to show you another example of that here in just a second. So let me make sure that we have everybody here. And let's see what your audience view is. Okay, good. So you're able to see my screen. Okay. All right, this is the next piece that I want to show you. And this is kind of, you know, we depend on Google. Google is never going to go away, but it's kind of like Google's flipping the bird to us a little bit here. And so this is a screenshot from my laptop. And this shows you the same search, but kind of what a whole or a full screen would look like. So you can see the top 4 results. My first black arrow is pointing to those. Those are all paid advertisements, so people are paying to be in those spots, and that's expensive. The next black arrow is showing you the top of the map, but what you'll notice is that on my laptop, which is a fairly nice size laptop, it's not tiny. I mean, it's a pretty big laptop, I guess, and it's kind of bulky, but it doesn't even show the organic results. I don't even get through the whole map. So the organic or natural search engine results for Google are now below the fold or below the scroll line. Google intends on monetizing almost everything about search. And the next thing that they're going to monetize is the map. So if you actually want to show up on the map, at some point in the next 18 months, you're going to find out that you have to pay for that. And I can tell you from our experience that Google AdWords, which is the top 4 listings there, may seem like a really great idea, but in the home care market, there are some specific problems with that. The first problem is that we have something called caregivers. These are job seekers that tend to be pretty, I guess there's a lot of them. In some areas, I know you all need caregivers desperately, but in a lot of areas, they are just overwhelming. And all they do is click on ads all day long because they're looking for a job. So in most of our experience, if you spend $1,000 a month on Google AdWords, $800 or 80% of that spend is going to go to job seekers clicking on your ads. And 20% or $200 of that is going to go to consumers who may be looking for care. We also know in the home care market that when someone starts looking for care, they still may be 6 months out from actually hiring someone. They're either in a complete disaster and an emergency right now, or they know it's coming and it may be 6 months before you close that lead. So we have people that are all over the mark, and this is a problem specific to home care. So when you hire somebody to do your AdWords, if you're doing it, they're not going to understand the home care market the way we do and the problems that are associated with it. So when you're doing AdWords, it can get very expensive and get very little results. So that's why I wanted to just kind of show you some of the things that Google's doing. Now, Google's not going to go away. We still need Google, and we need to understand what Google wants. So Google wants more content, more quality content, more local content about you, your business, and your community outreach. It wants more local backlinking, meaning it wants to see that other sites, other websites and businesses in your local area are actually linking over to you. So if you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce, for instance, you want to make sure that you have a live link going back to your website, and that makes Google very happy. You want more engagement on all social media platforms, and of course more video. And I'm going to show you some examples of what's going on with video here in just a minute. So what do these numbers have to do with your home care business? Well, the reason I asked that question is because I told a story, and I took some of these slides out because it made the presentation kind of long. But what Google wants is a lot more content. And so even national newspapers like the Washington Post is a great example. They actually produce 1,200 pieces of content per day on their website. So 500 of those pieces are actually written by them, by their staff, and the other 700 or 800 that they come across are from other sources. So they're curating content from other sources, but they are actually writing 500 pieces of content themselves and putting it out there a day. Some of it's video, and some of it's articles, and some of it's a combination of those things. But they have to do a huge amount of work to satisfy the needs of Google, and because they're in such a competitive marketplace. Think about their competitors, the New York Times, and other folks like that. So right now the Washington Post is winning, and they have subscribers, and their subscriber rate has gone up because they're so much more visible, they're so much more engaged with their audience, and they're producing so much more content. And for you all, and for all of us who are small businesses, there's no way we can compete with that. We're not going to compete with that. But we are competing with each other as far as a small business owner goes. You're competing with other home care agencies and assisted living facilities and other folks in the senior care market. You're competing with them for room on the first page of Google, and they're competing with you. So content is king. The more content you put out there about your business, the more visibility you get. Google gives you the nod and gives you the win. So if you want to win, you need to make sure you have more content going out there with Google, even though the first page of results doesn't start, the natural results doesn't start until below the scroll line. It's still important to play the game. You need to be the resource in your community for the consumers and for the professionals in your area. So Google wants this, and so does your community, more content. Here's what Google's looking for, and we're going to get to Facebook, I promise. 1 to 2 articles should be blog posts that are on your website, articles put on your website. And once they're put on your website, they're syndicated out to Facebook and LinkedIn and Pinterest and Twitter, meaning they automatically go beep right on over to Twitter and right on over to Facebook and right on over to LinkedIn. So we want 1 to 2 articles that are unique to you that you post on your website every single month. Every single week if you can do it. And then we want 3 to 5 articles per week that are from other sources that are just shared on your Facebook business page. So it may be a great New York Times article that you're sharing with your local community on your Facebook business page. It may be something from your local paper that pertains to seniors. It may be a flyer about where they can get flu shots. All of that information is really important, and you want to put 3 to 5 of those every week on your Facebook business page to attract the attention of folks in your local area. That is a hard thing to do when you own a business and you work full-time. That's why we're talking about this, and that's the kind of services that we offer. But this is kind of the formula for content. 1 to 2 really nice articles that are going from your website over to Facebook, and then filling in the gaps between those articles with other curated content that comes from other websites. You definitely need a newsletter that goes out without fail each month. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be super glamorous with all kinds of graphics and crazy stuff. It just needs to be a simple newsletter that has content in it that goes out without fail each month. And all of our clients have that. They have a newsletter. We set it up. We automate it. So all the content that comes from their website that we put on there over the course of a month is in their newsletter, and that newsletter goes out once a month to all of their clients, referral sources, consumers, and it's a really nice addition to their marketing. So you do need one newsletter. However you end up doing that, whether it's automated or you do it manually, you definitely need that without fail. And local backlinks. We just talked about this. If you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce or the Rotary Club, or you are a member of a networking group, or you're a member, or you have a certification, or you're whatever it is, you want to make sure that whatever you're involved in your local community, that those websites have you listed and that you get a backlink from their website to your website. That makes Google very happy. And notice I said local backlinks. Some people go for big national publications to have backlinks from, and that's okay. But Google is all about local right now, so it wants local backlinks. And I wanted to show you an example of how we accomplish that for our clients. We have approved senior network websites all over the country. This just happens to be a picture of the South Florida Approved Senior Network. And you can see the website address there if you want it. You can go to it anytime, southflorida.approvedseniornetwork.com. So you can go to that website, and when you scroll down a little bit, this is just the top half of the page. You can scroll down and you can see all of our clients are there. They all have profile pages. They all have backlinks back to their own websites from the South Florida Approved Senior Network. That gives them a local backlink. But more important than that, this page is full, or this website's full of great content written by them. And on the South Florida Approved Senior Network Facebook page, their content plus the content from this site all filters in. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But this is what we would call a local backlink. So do you need Google? Yes, you need more content on Google from your website or blog. You need to be seen and listed on other websites local to you, and you need to combine your in-person networking with your online marketing. So now we're going to talk about what Facebook wants, and that's the crux of what we've learned recently and what is working right now. Facebook also wants content. They want you to have lots of likes or fans on your Facebook business page. They want engagement from your community. They want you to engage with them and them to engage with you, meaning they want to see comments and thumbs up and likes and shares and all kinds of stuff. And they want to see that you are actually reaching out to them and answering their questions and commenting back and liking their responses. So it wants to see a back and forth. This is a social media network, so it wants to see you being social with them and them being social with you. So that's part of what Facebook wants. So here is, I just talked to you about the South Florida Approved Senior Network website, but here is the actual Facebook page for the South Florida Senior Network. This page right now today, I think has about 3,144 likes. That took us about 2 months to accumulate that many likes. We did put out ads to get people to like our page because it is not easy to get a lot of likes without paying for it these days. And it is not nearly as expensive as Google is. So we did pay for our likes, and we pumped a lot of cash flow toward that, and our goal is to have 10,000 likes on this page. South Florida is a huge market. Obviously, lots of metro areas in South Florida, so this is probably one of the toughest places to have any impact in the senior market because it's so huge and there's so much competition. But what we've been doing is having daily content. We have a weekly contest that is a very simple contest. We have local news. Anytime we have a local news, something happen, we keep an eye on the South Florida news rooms, and we just, share whatever it is that might be going on. Recently it was Hurricane Matthew. Any client news, so we have lots of clients in South Florida. Anytime they have news, it goes out on this page as well as their own Facebook pages. We have featured clients, so sometimes we will feature, in fact, for the last several weeks, we've been featuring clients, doing videos for them, talking about them, introducing them to the South Florida population, and that's worked really well. We have lots of video, which we're going to show you in a minute, and of course, if there are any events, we put them up there. So this page is what we are using to drive traffic and leads to our southflorida.approvedseniornetwork.com website. So does this Facebook page generate leads and traffic to southflorida.approvedseniornetwork.com? Yes, it does. Now, we have watched that very carefully. It's not 1,000 leads because it's, we still only have 3,000 likes in a huge marketplace. But it has generated leads, and that's been very good for us and for our clients because we round robin those leads. Would I be crazy enough to guarantee leads for you? If you did exactly what we did on South Florida, would I say, yep, you're going to get leads? Nope, I would never, ever say that. And if anyone does tell you that, then be very careful. So I cannot ever guarantee leads because that would be silly for me to do that. But I can tell you that this will happen. Amazing community engagement if you follow our plan. And I'm going to show you exactly what we do. Amazing community engagement, huge local visibility, videos and content that you keep. So whenever we do this for our clients, we give them the videos and content. It belongs to them. Now, we were doing it for ourselves for South Florida, but we do this for our clients as well. And those videos belong to them once we create them. So video is a pretty huge piece of this. I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second. And if a lead does happen, that's icing on the cake. So that's awesome when it happens, but we could never guarantee it or we'd be silly and out of business. So Facebook is not an alternative, but in addition to Google. So you need at least 1,000 likes minimum. This is for you in your local area. If you can get 10,000 likes, fabulous, but that takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Daily content, sometimes it should come from your website, sometimes it should come from other websites. You need to boost your posts, which is something that you can do on Facebook. You definitely need videos to drive this kind of engagement that we're talking about. You need some contests, which are simple, yes or no. Do you know someone who needs care, who could use some home care in your local area? And, yes or no, and we'll draw a random name for a $25 e-gift certificate to Amazon.com. And that just gets people to engage with your page. It makes Facebook like you better, and it makes Google like everything about your pages. And you need to be consistent. You can't do this for a month and say, well, that didn't work, and then call it a day. You need to be really consistent with all of your marketing for at least 6 months to a year. So this is what happened when we did this for some clients. We put out videos, we did engaging content, we had some stuff going out every day, we had videos that were boosted. It was a grand experiment. We did it all over the country. We did it in Billings, Montana. We did it in West Denver, Colorado. We did it in Fairfield, Connecticut. And of course, you saw what I showed you there. We did it in South Florida. So all across the country, we did this. And what you can see is that we measured goal completions. I'm going to explain to you what a goal is. What you're looking at is one of our clients' Google Analytics. So this is the traffic that's coming to their website. This is not their Facebook traffic. This is their website traffic. And that's what we need people to do. We need consumers and referral sources to go to your website and fill out a form or pick up the phone and make a call. Now, in this case, for the client you're looking at right now, we can't measure how many phone calls they get because they do not have a tracked line. But we can measure how many times people hit their Contact Us page. So I was pretty surprised when I took a look at this myself. I ran this report on October the 4th, so about almost 10 days ago, about 9 days ago. In fact, I ran it right before I left for a Vegas conference I had to speak at. And this report shows you that in the month, the 30 days of September 4th through October 4th, they had someone hit their Contact Us page 32 times. 32 different people hit their Contact Us page in that month, in that 30 days. That's about a lead a day. And the month before that, where it says versus 4, so the month before that, when we had just gotten started and hadn't done very much with them, they only had 4 people hit their Contact Us page. So it went from 4 people in August to 32 people throughout the month of September and a little bit into October. So their goal completions, meaning who hit their Contact Us page, how many times, went up 700% over the course of 30 days. Their goal conversion rate went up 920%. So this is a very fabulous result for these folks. And we use several different techniques on Facebook to make it happen. 90% of the goal completions that came through on their Google Analytics, meaning the people who hit the Contact Us page, 90% were from Facebook, and the other 10% were sometimes people went there directly or they came from a Google search. So 90% of the goal completions for the month of September through October 4th, 90% of these were from Facebook. And then here's another office in a different part of the country. And we started with them a little bit later. And so their goal completion went up 900%, completely different location, completely different metro area. We applied some of our techniques that we learned, and we looked at their goal completions, and they went from 2 in the month of August to 20 goal completions, and we had just gotten started with them. They were a couple weeks behind the other office. So they already had 20 goal completions. So their goal completions went up 90%, 900%, and their conversion rate went up 863%. Now, if I had a lead a day coming in from my website, I would be pretty darn happy. This is the kind of thing that when we do programs like this and we put all these techniques into place, whether it's a video or content or boosting posts or doing calls to action on your Facebook page, when we see the goal completions go up, we know that eventually your revenue is going to increase over time. So that's another office. And then this last one, or I guess there's one more after this. This is one that they didn't actually have goals set up, but we wanted to know how many times somebody hit their Contact Us page. So we did the same measurement. We looked at the same dates. So you can see the number September 4 through October 4, 2016, they had 26 people hit their Contact Us page. And this is somebody in a completely different part of the country and a completely different demographic and geography. And we applied the same sort of tactics, and we had literally just started with them. So they were even a couple more weeks behind the other two. And the previous month, they had 7 folks who had hit their Contact Us page. But by the time I looked at this, they had 26 hits. So their goal completion or I guess engagement with that page on their Google Analytics, it went up 271%, which is awesome. And then this is a picture of one of our websites. And you can see 1,100% increase in goal completion, which sounds like a lot, but it was 12 folks hit the website and actually filled out a complete form. They were actual leads versus 1 person the month before that. So sometimes we can measure how many times people hit the Contact Us page, and sometimes we can measure exactly how many forms were fully completed. And in this case, 12 forms were fully completed, lead forms, long lead forms, by the way, not just Contact Us, versus 1 the month before. So this shows that even if whether it's a full, hitting the Contact Us page or filling out a full form, when you apply the techniques that we put together for Facebook, this is the kind of stuff that happens, and that's fabulous. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about video. And by the way, if you have questions about what we do, I'm going to show you the methodology here before we get done. But if you do have questions, there is a little questions dashboard in your GoToWebinar panel, and you can just type in a question anytime you want, and I'll go back at the end and answer all the questions. So we don't open up the lines. You do have to type them in, but you're welcome to use that little questions panel, and I'll get that all the questions answered for you at the very end. So now we're going to talk about Facebook and video a little bit. Let me see if I did. Okay, so today, this is today. So this is our most recent video. we put out, for a few of our clients, we put together, and they're in different parts of the country, so none of this overlaps. We put together something called, I call it and nickname every video, and this one's called the Happy Seniors video. And if you want to look at it, you can see it on youtube.com, and I will make sure that I send out the, I'm not going to send it out, but I'll give you the link to SlideShare so you can see where that is. Or you can go to our South Florida Approved Senior Network Facebook page, and that is facebook.com/South Florida Seniors. So if you go there, you'll see this video there too. You can watch the whole thing. So I put this video together earlier today, and I put it on YouTube. I don't usually do that. I mean, I do that for our clients. I don't usually put it on my YouTube channel, but I wanted you to have a place on YouTube where you could go watch it. And I just put the title in Happy Seniors in Tarrytown, New York, because this is for one of our particular one was for one of our New York clients. So it's funny that we put this video together, and it's really cute, and it's really fast. It's like 38 seconds, and that's the way you need to keep it these days. But Happy Seniors in Tarrytown, New York is what I named it, and I want to show you what happened. Now, this has really nothing to do with Facebook yet, but this is very cool. We used to be able to do this, and I'm shocked to see that we can do this today. Facebook and Google are in a heated battle for our video attention. And so about 5 minutes after I put this video up, I went ahead and Googled the title, Happy Seniors in Tarrytown, New York. Now, I realize that there aren't a lot of people who are going to type in a search for Happy Seniors in Tarrytown, New York. But I just wanted to see what would happen out of curiosity. And if you look at the very first organic results with no competition, no Google AdWords there, you can see that the first result in 4 minutes is that video, Happy Seniors in Tarrytown, New York. Literally 4 minutes is all it took for it to go from my computer to YouTube to be on the first page of Google. In about 1,960,000 results, our video came up first in 4 minutes. And I just find that to be pretty amazing because it's been a long time since anybody's been able to do that. So just an added value kind of a thing. And this is literally today, so you can go see that. You can go to YouTube, 6J0FUTFPT-0, or you can go to facebook.com/South Florida Seniors. And if you're on a desktop, it'll be the first video that you see there. Happy Seniors in Tarrytown, New York is not what it's called on the South Florida site. But anyway, pretty cool. So this is the actual South Florida site, and Facebook page, South Florida Facebook page. So if you go to the South Florida Facebook page right here, South Florida Seniors, then you'll be able to see the video there too. It's the same video, it just has a different branding to it, and they're in completely different markets, so it doesn't really matter. But you can turn up the volume and listen to that video. It's really cute. So it probably has been up for maybe an hour or two when I actually put it together and sent out this video. I sent the video out to Facebook, and it already had 87 people were reached, 12 views, and I'm sure that there will be more, and it had some thumbs up and things like that. It is super cute. So these are the kinds of videos that we're making for our clients. They're short, they're cute, they have a call to action at the end, and it's not just that kind of stuff that's going to make folks go to your Contact Us page or fill out a form. There's a lot more involved, but this is just one piece of the pie, and I guarantee you that it is a lot of work, but we have the staff to do it. So it's been something that we've really enjoyed over the last few months, experimenting with and learning more about, and now we know exactly what works. So here's the methodology. This is what I recommend, and this is what I recommend you do on your own, or again, you can hire us and we'll do it for you. 2 articles per month that go to your website. They should be around 1,000 words, some quality reading, but just 2 articles per month. You need to include also on top of those 2 articles some of your home care agency's community outreach and internal news. So if you guys are going to be in the Alzheimer's Walk this fall, or if you're going to be, if you have key hire dates or caregiver of the month or whatever it is, those kinds of little articles need to be on your website as well. You cannot leave your website alone. It has to have fresh content. And all of that should go out to Facebook. You need at least 5 posts per week that are going to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. So whether it comes from your website, the 2 articles, or it comes from other websites, it's the New York Times or your local TV station or whatever it is, all combined, you should have at least 5 posts per week going to your Facebook business page. 1 monthly e-newsletter, we talked about the importance of that already. You need to advertise on Facebook with something called Promote My Page. You don't want to promote your website yet. You don't want to promote anything else yet. You don't want to have people checking into your business because that's not what your business is about. You actually check in other people's houses. So you want to promote your page. That means you're going to get likes. And you have to word that ad a certain way so that people will actually take an action and like your page. So you want to do that, have the call to action be to like your page, and you want to do that until you have a minimum of 1,000 likes. You should go for 10,000. Do this for as long as it takes for you to get 10,000 likes. Once you're at 10,000 likes, the page kind of runs itself. It's amazing. Put at least 2 videos per month directly on Facebook. Facebook is competing with Google for attention, for units of attention, especially with video. They don't want you to put it on YouTube and then put a link to it on your Facebook page. They want you to actually upload the video to Facebook. That is important. Now, I put a video on YouTube today so you would have a shorter link to go look at it if you wanted to, and I just happen to have some pretty cool results because of that. But Facebook wants you to put 2 videos that are yours, that you created per month directly on Facebook. You can either make them yourself or you can pay for them, and that's what people pay us to do. You can do a simple weekly contest. You need to engage on Facebook with your local community, answer questions, watch for people trying to contact you there. As soon as you start getting into the 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 likes, and you're getting up to 10,000, people are commenting all the time, as long as you're putting consistent content out there. And you need to pay attention to that because sometimes people need your help. They're looking for a way to get a hold of you because in Facebook on their cell phone is the only thing they know how to use. So it's important that you pay attention. You want to get links to your website on other local sites. I've already talked about that. That's your Chamber of Commerce and your Rotary Club and your local newspaper if you can get an article there, whatever you can do to get local links. I would recommend doing this for 6 months to a year. Then you can cut your advertising expenses, which means you can slow down on the amount you're spending on Facebook likes and boosts. You can slow down on that and just do the content. You will always need more content. So once you're at, like, say, 5,000 to 10,000 likes in your local area, if you cut down on the advertising, it's okay because the page kind of manages itself and people are liking stuff all the time. So this is my recommendation for you. If you're going to go the Facebook route, right now Facebook is and Google are in a neck-and-neck race to get your attention. And this is the way that folks are headed, and most of our demographic is now on Facebook. So it is nice to be able to advertise there. It's much cheaper, and it's more effective in the long run, and Google actually favors all of the stuff that you're doing on Facebook and likes to see that engagement. So that is the methodology I recommend. Again, if you have any questions, you're going to want to go ahead and type those in, and I'm going to go over my last couple of slides here. So it's all about local, more content, get links on local websites that link back to your site, engage with video, Facebook, and video. And I just wanted to show you some of the things that we did. We've messed around and kind of changed up the way we're offering stuff. If you are a current client, you can talk to George about this. If you are not our client yet, but you would like to get involved in Facebook and do much more with it and get some of the results that I showed you on that screen, these are the packages that we have. We will do all of these things. The most expensive one is Facebook Pro, and then middle is Facebook Plus, then Facebook Engagement, and then Essential Content Publishing. You can see it's just content. We're not doing anything. We do have it going out to Facebook, but we're not actually managing or watching or doing videos or anything like that. It's just the articles and the setup of your social media. When you get into Facebook engagement and you get into Facebook Plus and Facebook Pro, you're actually getting into some of the stuff that you saw when I put up those slides that showed those goal completions. That's where you start to get into that. So, and we absorb, in these programs, we absorb the cost of Facebook advertising. You don't pay for the Facebook advertising on top of what you're paying us. We actually foot the bill for the Facebook advertising. So you don't have to worry about it's our fee plus paying for Facebook on top of it. It's not. We actually take in all of that. So these are the packages. I will come back to this slide in just a minute. I just wanted to get you some information on how to get a hold of us. If you want to talk to George or myself, you can call 888-404-1513. That's our phone number. It's been our phone number for a million years. You can go on our website, LTC Social Mark or LTC Marketing U, fill out a contact us form. That's fine. We get them. Both of us do. So we see all of that. And so I'm going to take questions. I'm going to leave this up on the screen for you, but I am going to take questions. So let's look and see what we have here. All right. Okay. Okay, so Brendy, I don't know if Brendy, if it's spelled right, I hope I'm saying it right. Brendy has some comments. Interesting content. 2 comments. Negative keywords are very important when using AdWords to try and minimize your ad showing for people looking for jobs or Medicare home care services. Yes. We've been in business since 2008, Brendy, and we have been doing this for a very long time, and we understand the negative keywords, but that does not keep your job seekers from hitting on your ads, no matter how many times you put in jobs, career, negative keywords like jobs, careers, home health aide, certified nurses aide, whatever, you still are going to get a ton of job seekers. It may decrease it a bit, but not by much. Number 2, for additional content, you need to make sure you aren't copying content from another source and presenting it as your own. Google will start to track this and may remove your company from displaying the search results. Brendy, we always provide complete, unique content. So I don't know where you're coming from, but we always provide, we do 900 articles a month approximately, and every single one of them is 100% unique to another. They are never the same article. They're not spun. They don't sound bad. They're very nicely written by professional writers who are on our staff, and they're awesome. So thank you for that. Nice job on the video and ranking results. Thank you very much. 10K seems like a lot for a local page. 10,000 likes is a lot if you're in a very small local area, but if you're in Chicago proper, it's not. It just depends on your demographic, and that how many likes you need on your Facebook page can really be dependent on your demographic. Las Vegas could probably, be maybe 1,000, 2,000, but if you're going for, because there's a smaller community there than there are visitors. But if you're looking for something in Chicago, South Florida, Miami, 10,000 is not a bad number. Los Angeles, New York City, 10,000 is actually pretty small. Could you put the number and website up once more, please? Can you give your toll-free number again? Yes. Anybody else have questions? If you do, just go ahead and type them in. I'll do one last call for questions here. Here's our websites and our toll-free number. So our website is ltcsocialmark.com, and our toll-free number is 888-404-1513. If you have any more questions, this is sort of last call. I'd be happy to take any more questions. And I think that's it so far. Anybody else? Okay. Well, if that's it then, we appreciate it. And if you need our help in getting some of these results, well, we have one more question. Do you find that Facebook is viewed by our target audience of 65 plus? I was thinking it would be geared more toward younger generation. Angela, you're not incorrect, but the adult child of the aging parent is actually your target market. So I am 45 years old, a 45-year-old female with 3 9-year-old children, a husband, and an aging parent or two who may need care in the next couple of years. So at age 45, I'm very engaged on Facebook. Of course, that's my business to be, but so I am looking for resources and guidance all the time. So you're actually reaching out to the adult children of aging parents, but the 65 plus crowd has really increased on Facebook. So it is definitely a younger demographic. The bulk of the demographic is going to be younger, but because Facebook has, I don't know, what's the number, 280 million people on it, you're definitely, in 2016 and 2017, you absolutely have your demographic on there. So that's why it works so well. Okay? All right. If anybody else has any questions, please feel free to give us a call. Go to our website, fill out a form, 888-404-1513. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will be sending out the replay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your week and a great weekend. Bye-bye.